All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're getting into the literal mechanics of manifestation, specifically transforming the teachings of Abraham Hicks into a clear, actionable guide for shifting your vibrational alignment. Whether you're a seasoned practitioner or you're just looking to refine your daily routine, we are going to break down exactly how this stuff actually works. Here is our roadmap for today. We're going to hit the core principles of attraction, understanding the vortex, the famous 17-second rule, the focus wheel process, and wrap it all up with living in alignment. We have a ton of fascinating ground to cover, so let's just jump right in. Starting off with Section 1, Core Principles of Attraction, which is really the absolute foundation of deliberate creation. So there are three main pillars here. First is the law of attraction itself. That which is like unto itself is drawn. Basically, your thoughts emit a frequency, and the universe just matches it. Second is the science of deliberate creation. This is where you stop being a passive observer and start consciously choosing your focus. And third, which is honestly the hardest part for most of us, is the art of allowing. You can't just fiercely think about what you want. You literally have to release the resistance and doubt to let those desires materialize. Moving right along to Section 2, Understanding the Vortex, your vibrational destination. Let's look at how those core principles build into this endpoint. What's really wild about this concept is that the vortex isn't just some poetic metaphor. In the source material, it's presented as a literal vibrational space where every single one of your answered requests is already fully assembled and just waiting for you. Think of it like a giant reservoir of well-being. Your job isn't to build your desires from scratch. Your job is simply to tune your personal frequency to match that space so you can finally let them in. You've probably heard the quote, "You are the creator of your own reality." Well, this famous teaching is all about taking full, absolute responsibility for where your emotional dial is currently set. If you want to get into the vortex, you have to proactively turn that dial toward feelings of relief, joy, and positive expectation. Okay, Section 3. The 17-second rule. Think of this as the stopwatch of momentum. How do we actually know when we're entering the vortex? According to the mechanics of this system, holding a single, pure thought with zero contradiction, none at all, for exactly 17 seconds activates its vibration. That precise 17-second mark is the spark. It's where the law of attraction recognizes the signal and starts delivering matching thoughts. Now, if you can manage to hold that totally clean signal for 4 uninterrupted 17-second cycles, so 68 seconds total, you hit what Abraham Hicks calls the combustion point. This is the critical threshold where the thought gathers enough vibrational mass that its manifestation in physical reality becomes inevitable. You are firmly in the vortex on that subject. And to put that kind of mental leverage into perspective, the teachings state that just 68 seconds of pure, focused thought is roughly equivalent to 2,000 hours of physical action. 2,000 hours. Let that sink in. The entire system suggests that vibrational alignment completely outpaces physical hustle. But, of course, there's a catch, right? Pure thought is incredibly hard. I mean, how fast does your mind jump from, I'm going to crush this goal, to, wait, did I leave the stove on? Or how am I going to afford this? Every single time that contradictory thought or doubt creeps in, boom, your 17-second timer resets completely to zero. That drift is essentially the subconscious resistance you're carrying. The source material notes in as little as 17 seconds of focusing on something, a vibration that attracts more thoughts like it will begin to coalesce. But the real kicker here is that this rule is totally neutral. The universe isn't judging the thought. 17 seconds of worry activates the vibration of lack, just as effectively as 17 seconds of hope activates abundance. So if you've been effortlessly manifesting things you don't want, you're probably holding negative thoughts way past that combustion point without even realizing it. Which brings us to Section 4, the focus wheel process. Because let's face it, holding a pure thought for 68 seconds is tough, so we need some mental scaffolding. Before we actually build the wheel, we need to understand the strategy. You absolutely cannot leap directly from a bottom-tier emotion like despair straight to a top-tier emotion like joy. It just doesn't work. Your brain calls your bluff and it triggers massive internal resistance. Instead, you have to climb the emotional guidance scale step by step. You succeed by finding gradual, believable relief, moving from despair to maybe frustration, then up to hope, and eventually to joy. So we use a brilliant physical journaling tool called the focus wheel to shift our point of attraction. Here's how you do it. Step 1, you draw a large circle with a smaller hub in the center and write your desire in that hub. Step 2, you get on the wheel by finding a believable relief statement for the first outer segment. And step 3, you fill out the remaining 11 segments around the circle, kind of like numbers on a clock face. The absolute secret to these outer segments is that every single statement must feel completely true to you right now. Start soft. Don't write, "I am a millionaire," if your mind is immediately going to reject it. Write something like, "Many people improve their finances over time." That is believable. By writing out 12 of these soothing, believable statements, you are passively crossing that 17-second threshold multiple times, bridging the gap between your current worry and your goal. All right, final section, number 5, living in alignment and creating a daily rhythm. Because knowing this is great, but applying it is what actually shifts your life. Alignment isn't just some random good mood you happen to be in, it's a measurable state. When you're out of alignment, your focus is fragmented, there's resistance, and you are constantly resetting your manifestation timer to 0. But when you are in alignment, your focus is clean, sustained for 68 seconds or more, hitting that combustion point where suddenly you feel inspired to take action that feels totally effortless. So here is your highly effective 2-minute daily practice. Do this once in the morning and once before you go to sleep. Choose just one desire. Take 3 slow breaths to wipe the mental slate clean. Hold the feeling of that desire for 17 seconds. Once you hit that, keep going for 3 more cycles to hit 68 seconds. And then release it. Just let the universe organize all the physical details while you go about your day. I'm going to leave you with this ultimate diagnostic question to chew on. Right now, can you hold a pure, contradiction-free thought about your greatest desire for exactly 68 seconds without your mind drifting? It sounds incredibly easy, right? Well, until you actually try it. Start your stopwatch as soon as this explainer wraps up, test your own internal resistance, and see if you can reach that combustion point today. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope this gives you a powerful new framework for deliberately directing your focus.